Lucky I'll come and do it.
Hi. I needed, please can I grab a pen, please? Good evening, all, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday.
Good evening, Dr. Susan.
I don't want to talk about my birthday. I've been crafting. I drafted what I'm going to respond.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. This is not a birthday lecture. If not, I'll run away from this platform. Anyway, I just want to use this opportunity to thank.
Happy birthday.
Oh, okay, thank you. You know, we sang your own. My own is not. This is not birthday lecture. So maybe we'll do another lecture for birthday. So I'm running away from it. Most of you that know me, on my birthday I literally disappear because maybe I'm a shy person, but I grew up knowing only one thing in my head. And what I know is that if you let your light shine, the glory should go back to God. So I know that on a birthday you celebrate God, but I think the best thing for me is to actually pray for me on my birthday, and I appreciate all the prayers. So I will still drop what I drafted, but I want to say thank you so much. I read every single line one by one, and I was now overwhelmed. I had tears in my eyes. I didn't know what to reply, who to reply, but I will put something. But I just want to say thank you. And I want to ask as a birthday gift. The only thing I need is just your prayers, and your prayer has sustained me till now. So thank you. I wouldn't be here without you, your love, your encouragement, your support. Honestly, I feel right at home. So thank you so much. And yes, happy birthday to all of you too, because it's our birthday. Thank you so much. Those of you that know me know that I run away from birthday celebrations. So forgive me if I disappeared again. Thank you so much. All right. So once again, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. We will just get started and then see what we have. So today we are going to talk about infection. It's a short lecture, and actually, I have, I like stories. For those of you joining for the first time, my name is Dr. Susanna. My background is in preventive and promotional medicine. I have a master's in preventive and promotional medicine, and also a background in lifestyle medicine. So that is the background that we are using to do this lecture, amongst all other degrees that God has blessed me with to be able to do a good job. Um, so that's my background, because just about every lecture, I get something that says, "Oh, we don't know you very well. Where are you coming from?" This is me, Dr. Susan, and the platform. It's a Wellness Wednesday platform. On Wednesdays, we celebrate health. We celebrate our bodies. We know that if you don't have the best of health, how, in fact, even if you say you're serving God, how can you serve God properly the way you would love to if you're bedridden or on a sick bed? Yes, you can serve God from anywhere, but if you really want to display, you want your body to work very well. So on this platform, we learn very simple things. We learn about water as medicine. We learn about food as medicine, your lifestyle as medicine. We learn those small, small things that we can do on our own, our part, to ensure that we stay healthy. You have to just enjoy your body. So this platform is called the Sickness Free Body Platform. We don't have sickness in our bodies. Even if it's hanging somewhere, it's as good as gone, because somehow, somewhere, how it entered is going to get out. That is number one. Number two, sickness-free body means even if you have any something lingering, if you take your medicine and it works and you're performing at anybody's level, you're not sick. So, for example, if you have high blood pressure and you have some medication you're taking and your BP is under control, you're good. And if you have diabetes and your drug is working, you're good. While we would prefer that you are not on any type of medicine whatsoever, that's the objective anyway, and be very healthy. But we live on earth and something happens, and something will always happen. That's why today's lecture is on um, infection. So this infection, okay, think about it now. Whether you're a saint or a sinner, you can get infection. And by the time we go through the lecture notes, you will now see like, what will somebody do on this earth? And the person will never be sick. So it's like, even if you're doing everything, the infection can still find you. So we thought, let's just talk generally about infection. What is infection? How does it happen? Where is it coming from? What is it all about? That's what we are going to talk about today. So once again, welcome to our platform. We call it Wellness Wednesday. So let me just share my slide quickly and then take it from there. Alrighty, just a sec, less than 1 minute. Hang on. Okay. All right, so just a minute. Okie dokie. Alrighty, so stop infection. So here we go. Okay. So, why did I choose this lecture? So I have a lady who came to the clinic. Actually, she came to our clinic like a year and a half ago, and in her head they gave her a diagnosis, and it's called chronic infection. In her own case, it's actually chronic vaginal infection. And she kept taking this. She was on all sorts of things until someone told her she can try a natural way to get rid of the infection. And so she came to our clinic and she explains her infections are so bad. Sometimes she bleeds, etc. We know one or two things about vaginal infection. And I just told her that what happened is that she has been on so many antibiotics. Please, the lecture has started, so take note. When you've taken that much antibiotics, you develop resistance, and no matter what you're taking, none will work again. So if you get to a point where antibiotics is not working again for you, and that is when you start looking for Dr. Physic or a natural way to take it, get rid of it. So she came, and what we did for her was, for those of you taking notes, definitely part of the lecture, you see it. We just gave her probiotics, okay? And then we did a colonics just to rave the GIT. And then she traveled again. She's always in the UK. Only for me to run into her sometime, I think it was in October or thereabout. And since she left, she's not had infections again and stuff like that. So I was like, interesting. So it was in my head somewhere that I have to share different way. What is this infection? It doesn't only have to be vaginal infection. It could be, we'll talk about infection in general. Where is it coming from? So first of all, we live on Earth. So on Earth, there are things we don't want to go there, talk about coronavirus and all of that. So let's just understand what is infection, but more so, how do we prevent infection naturally so that our body will not just be able to keep infections. So so this is it. So I titled it Stop Infection. This is my background. Susanna Adams is my name, and that's my background. Okay. So the objective is actually because at some point in your life, you're going to hear, oh, you have infection. Doctor will tell you have infection. So today you will know infection. You'll understand how infection really start inside your body. Where is this infection coming from? Early warning signs that if we ignore, we get into trouble. Daily habits that can keep the immune system. You can't talk about infection without talking about a healthy immune system, which we will talk about that also. And then some powerful strategies. Okay. Now, so that's that. It says, did you know that the infections we ignore, because some of us have very low grade infections just hanging out, you just ignore it because it's manageable. Could be a health emergency tomorrow. Let me tell you, I would say nearly 100% of the people that died during the last coronavirus, they already had something in their bodies that was tasking the immune system. So when this virus showed up, they did not have adequate defense, and that is why they died. So you can see why it's important for us to keep our immune system and health at nearly 100%. I want to tell you that there's no time in your life that your immune system is not fighting something. Something is always entering your body. Oh my God, if you know, like there's this experiment where you take toothpick and go direct under your nail, even after you've washed your hand, scrape them under your nail and then put it and culture it. What will grow? You will never use your hand and touch your other hand. So we live with these bacteria and pathogens, but then why are we not getting sick? We will talk about it. And then why are we getting sick? We will also talk about it. So infection is one of the oldest battles humanity has faced, okay? And it can go from mild to life-threatening, okay? And then it says, the way I captured it is that from mild flu, like in the US, to sepsis, okay? I'm sure you've heard of sepsis. Every infection begins the same way. That is why we are here. So if infection, they all begin the same way, then if we know how infection begins, then we can find a way to make sure that it doesn't hurt us. So an invasion of the body by harmful microorganisms that try to overpower our natural defense. So let's just go straight to this slide. It says, what is an infection? An infection, okay, occurs when microorganisms, so for an infection to occur, microorganism must be involved. They call them pathogens because they are microorganisms that are not harmful, but the pathogenic ones, the ones that can cause disease, those ones. So microorganism, what's the example of microorganism? Bacteria, viruses, fungi, all of these things can invade the body and cause damage and disease. So these microorganisms are called pathogens and they are everywhere. They are in the air. I keep saying we live on Earth. So
Doctor, please, your slide is not showing.
it's not showing.
Yes,
Oh boy. I did press share. I didn't know it's not showing. Please forgive me. Let me try it again. That time I said, please hold on, let me go and share. And maybe I didn't. Okay, let's see. Are you seeing me something now?
Not really. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. Now?
Yes, ma.
We can see now. Yes, we can see now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so please kindly mute yourself or let me mute you. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, so once again, my name is Dr. Susanna. This is my background, which I've already explained before. I'm sure what I was explaining, at least you understood me, even if you did not hear. The objective is when I'm done, you will understand infection. Where is it coming from? What are the stages? How do you get sick? How do you ensure that you don't get sick? That is why we are here. Okay. So this is the lecture, the one I was just talking about, and I said, let me just go straight to what is infection. So I started by saying, without reading, I want you to understand. I'm not even going to read this. So if I'm to tell a 5-year-old what is infection, what I will tell the 5-year-old is there's something called microorganisms. We live on Earth, and on Earth, there are microorganisms, small, small things that you cannot see, but they are alive, they are living, they are working. So these microorganisms, they could be virus, they could be bacteria, they could be fungi, they can be anything, and they are pathogenic in nature. It means that they are disease causing because they are microorganisms that are not pathogenic. So, but the thing is that these pathogens are everywhere. They are in the air that we breathe, even the air you're breathing right now. Pathogen is there. The question is, why are you not sick? It's because God also put some kind of a defense mechanism in your body to be fighting these things like 247. Okay? It's in the air that we breathe, it's in the water that we drink. I will shock you. When you go to register your water with NAFDAC, you know what? There's a certain amount of microorganism that some companies let go because it's not high enough to maybe cause disease. Like, they call it parts per billion or parts per million, like that. So the point is that it's not about you may not be able to avoid certain pathogens, but good companies that bottle water, they try everything possible to make sure that not even one. And that is why most water, bottled water, they have a very short lifespan, like the expiration date. So pathogens are in the food we eat. Like today, my salad that they packed for me in case I don't get home on time to break for my Wellness Wednesday. By 6 o'clock, it turned another color because they tried another container. So I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. So it turned another color because it's lettuce. So who knows what is growing inside there? But I did not touch it. I just took it because sometimes if I go to work, I may not make it, I may just need something to break to be able to do my lecture, but that did not happen today. Okay, so even our hands and surfaces, what you're touching right now, could have pathogens. So what is the summary? Is that pathogens are everywhere. You cannot avoid it. There's not a single second that your body is not battling some kind of pathogen. So just know that. Now, so before I go very far, I want to use this time to tell you something. So this pathogen exists, they are everywhere. They have to find a way to gain access into the body. So they'll enter the body either through the nose, through the mouth, through the skin, through open wound, but they must find a way to enter inside the body. Now, once they enter inside the body, now I'm doing story. So once they enter inside the body, just picture you're just here, there's a bug, it finds a way to enter inside your body. It will go through what they call stages of infection. So once it enters into your body, the first thing those pathogens, those microbes will do, they will know that there's an army of white blood cells and things that are waiting to kill it. Like those things are always active and waiting at 10 over 10. They are waiting inside the body because they know that something is always entering. So when it enters the body, the first thing it will try to trick the body to just hide and pass. It's like, maybe you go to war in another country, you want to sneak in when you know the army is bigger than your own army, and you want to sneak in and take over first. So they are very sneaky. So once they can now fool the immune system, what I'm talking is very technical, but I'm trying to break it down. So that will happen around day 1 and day 2. Once they can get to a comfortable place, they will find a way to replicate and grow. And then once they grow inside your body, at that point, you start the symptoms, you start feeling like, I don't know what is happening to me. I'm just tired. I have small headache. Oh, I didn't sleep well. Like that, you'll be having weird complaints. That stage, this is the biggest secret because this is the mistake that all my clients make. You will wait until your nose, assuming it's like a flu or catarrh something or whatever, you wait until the catarrh will come out. That time that you start feeling wrong is when you should actually go see a doctor if you're going to treat it with the Oyibo drug. But again, that is when you should actually rave your immune system. Some of us say raving the immune system that you don't even know when you can even double rave your immune system. That's why some clients that I have, sometimes I tell them to have a supplement and drug holiday. I remove everything. I said, sir, ma, I want to see how your body is going to work. You're not going to take anything for about 1 to 2 months. Let's just see. Because you need to know if it's even working, but that's a conversation for another day. So by day 4 and day 5, if it could beat the immune system, then that is when you start having a lot of symptoms. I'm just speaking in general. So what I'm explaining now is that by the time you feel a symptom for any infection, something must have happened in your body for about 3 to 5 days before the first symptom will happen. In most cases, I mean, of course, there are some very virulent species, a microorganism that it enters now. Now you're sick, it's not many, but majority of them, they will give you a few days before they will show up. So I just want you to have that picture in your head. So the next time you just sit down and you're just feeling somehow, maybe you just start increasing your immune system, maybe rest. I'll show you those things and then we'll take it from there. So how does infection start? According to we use a lot of CDC and Harvard and stuff to support what we already know. There's something called pathogen dose, virulence, and immune strength. So these are the things that you should just have an idea. This is not a microbiology lecture or whatever. So how does it work? So when this infection enters your body, if you're so let's say your immune system is at 70% and the thing that entered your body entered at 100%, definitely it will overwhelm your immune system and then it will go. But if your immune system is always strong, you cannot have any infection. Cannot. I have somebody that I know sleeping with the husband, the husband sleeping with the wife, and the wife has HIV, and they've never had protected relationship. You know what I'm talking about. And to date, the husband doesn't have HIV. What the heck is that? So things happen. They've never had anything protected. They have children. No, this one did not transfer. So how does that happen? So we can talk about that later. But the whole idea is that if your immune system is top notch, it's going to be nearly impossible for anything to catch you. So the question is, how do I keep my immune system up there? So some of the terms you should know, there's something called chains of infection. I've already talked about infectious agent, which is the bacteria, fungi, parasites. This reservoir. Reservoir means where is it going to be hiding? Reservoir can be human body. We as human, we carry a lot of things. I'll talk about the men. So men, for example, if you have a large prostate and you cannot pee completely, you have urinary retention and stuff, you have infection hiding around your bladder, your urethra area, is not from sexually transmitted disease. So you're a reservoir, you're holding infection. We have some patients that come to us for fertility issues, and we found out that permanently when we culture the sperm, we always get infection. Until that infection, at least we have at least one or two persons that you treat this infection forever, and it's still very tough. But to God be the glory, with the aid of one or two other things we use like oxivite, etc., we always win. So the point is that you can carry it and not even know. I'm talking the pathogenic ones and stuff. Animals carry it. That is why you don't want roaches or cockroaches and rodents in your house. Soil carry them, water carry them, etc. There's something called portal of exit, how it leaves the host. It can leave by coughing. If you have a cold, just cover your mouth, get a mask. If you see someone coughing, don't think that your immune system is too strong. Just if you can avoid it, the worst place for people to cough is when you're in the aeroplane and the person will be coughing. Me, I'll just bring out tissue from my bag and give you, please use and cover your mouth. Don't be nice to that person because the person can infect the whole plane. If you have handkerchief, give it to the person. Okay? It can come from stool, it can come from wound. Mode of transmission can be direct, droplet, portal of infection, this, that. So the point is, these are just some terminologies that you should know. Now, I've already said bacteria, fungi, etc. So let's move it. So here are some early warning signs that you will not ignore. So if you're generally a healthy person, if you're generally healthy, you wake up and you're like, I don't know, I'm not feeling so well. Just believe that you have infection. Even if you didn't have infection, does it hurt to increase your immune system? How can you do that? I'm going to teach you just now. If you have unusual weakness, it means the invaders have probably taken over. They have probably taken over. If you have mild fever or body ache, like if your body is always hot, every time your body is hot, something could be there, okay? It might be very low, but a low grade something could be there. Persistent cough, definitely you have. Sore throat, you have. Runny nose, you have infection. So anybody with runny nose is an infection. It does not mean that it will catch you, it will, the person will pass it on, but just recognize that these are signs of infection. Changes in stool. So your stool used to be like medium soft. All of a sudden it's watery. Infection. If your urine is dark, brownish, smelly, sometimes it might smell like sulfur, like something is just wrong with that urine. It could also be a sign of infection. Unexplained rashes, redness, swelling, infection. Poor wound healing, infection. So those are small things that you should know. Could be sign of infection. Okay, so if you ignore them, it will now get to somewhere. One thing that is not very common knowledge is that the stages of infection, when it's introduced to you, when it is trying to hide from the army of immunity, that's your immune system to beat it up, when it escapes, when the symptoms start, okay, and then after the symptoms start, you have to battle it, and then it comes down. When you fight it either with antibiotics, immune, whatever, once it's coming down, there's some stubborn one. It gets out completely for some people, but some people there's this one that remains that will just be hiding somewhere and waiting for something to happen. So for those people that have the herpes, there are two types of herpes. The one that tend to come out from around your mouth, they call it cold sore or fever blisters. Those are like herpes. The one that comes out around your genital area, another type of virus that maybe after chickenpox and whatever, this shingles also, etc., etc. Those ones, somehow something came into your body, it goes out, but they hide around your nervous system. And when the immune system is low, they come up. So anytime you have a boil or herpes showing up, it means that your immune system has dropped for those people that have any type of herpes like that. Okay. Please, if you have infection and you need more help, you can reach out to me. You don't need to overly ask your questions here. Of course, you can feel free to ask your general question, but if you have like personal stuff, you can reach out to me. Last week I did a very bad job responding to messages because definitely, as you know, it was my birthday week. So I had so much to do, prayers and all. So please, I want you to forgive me if I missed out on your message. But I'm back to normal now, so I will answer the message. So, how does your body defend itself? There's something called innate immunity and adaptive immunity. We've already done a lecture on this, but the whole idea is that from your skin to your mucus to your stomach acid to your white blood cell, macrophages, neutrophil, God has already put a system that is permanently fighting. As you're breathing now, wherever you're sitting, you're breathing. Inside that room, there are particles and living things and non-living things inside. As you're breathing now, If you don't believe me, take white tissue and rub your nose. You see that the color is, some people, it's a little bit off. So inside just your nose, something is there fighting for you. So this is the one that God put, and then obviously the adaptive immune system. But just this one is just to let you know that we have army inside the body. So if you still now have infection, then there's a problem, and that is a problem we are going to solve tonight. So when you have, even if it's malaria, there are different types. In Nigeria, once you just hear malaria, amatab, Lona DS, this and that, there are better ways to diagnose and tell you what kind of malaria you have, but tough. Let's leave it, because even NAFDAC has now made anti-malaria an over-the-counter medication, meaning that you do not need a prescription from a doctor to get it. You can quote me. I know that for sure, that they have moved anti-malaria from RX, which is a prescription medication, to OTC, which is over the counter. It means a pharmacist can just give it to you, a patent pharmacist can give it to you. That one I am sure of. But better you still get it from a qualified doctor, but it's allowed, you can do that. But if you have infection, it's better if we can culture it. Okay, so what is culture? So we culture it, and then we do what they call sensitivity, and test each and every single thing that we found there with different types of antibiotics, which one will kill it for those people using antibiotics. So proper diagnosis is better. You do a lab culture, microscopy, serology, and all of that. For serology, like for HIV, so HIV, for people that have HIV, what do we test for? We check, are you positive or negative? Number one. Number two, how many viruses do you have in your body? If you have 0 HIV virus in your body, you can quote me, 0, it will still show that you're HIV positive. So, but if you have 0 and then your CD4 count, which is the state of your immune system, is very high, you're just as good as me and you. So if you have HIV, just get yourself to a point where you have 0 viral load and CD4 count above 700. That is the easiest thing that we even do in our facility. So if you don't have that, you should let me know so that I can help you out with that. So remember that. 2, someone said it's even better to have HIV than diabetes. HIV used to be something to be afraid of, and this and that. It's not killing as fast as diabetes now. It's not killing as fast as cancer. But because of the stigma that came with HIV, come say, oh, I have cancer. They will stand in front of church and give testimony. But they will not allow somebody to know that they have HIV. Also, hepatitis. Hepatitis is killing everybody. People are just dying from hepatitis. But because there was no stigma around it, hepatitis now kills faster than HIV. But people will come out and say, oh, I have hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis this. So it's unfortunate. Like I said, we live on earth. Whether you're a saint or a sinner, you can see that the thing can come from air, it can come from handshake, it can come from a barber shop sharing razor blades, it can just come from any. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person to have an infection, but after this lecture, infection should not kill you. So treatment for infection could be targeted antibiotics, antiviral. This antiviral is becoming very expensive. Somebody asked us to help place an order for antiviral medication. They quote 30-day supply, 550,000. So the patient paid, and we paid 550,000 for 30 days supplies, 3 bottles. When the bottle arrived, they sent a message that each bottle is now 1.8 million. 1.8 million from 550. So if it is possible, and then we are like, okay, we will take it at 1.8 million, 3 bottles. They say they have sold it. And then the next thing they said, you can wait for 2 weeks. They'll order it for you at 2.2 million per bottle. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. So it's just better if you can avoid it, not to allow yourself to have. But if you already have it, it must not be at that level. There are ways. You can filter your blood. You can raise your immune system. There are many things, and let's just get to that part. Okay, so these are some daily habits that will help your immune system. So let's pretend our immune system is at 80% right now. Everybody on the platform, you're at 80%. But within a week, I want it to be at above 100%. Within a week, I want it to be at above 100%. Okay? What do you do? Or if you don't want it to be at 100% from 80, you want it to be at 50%. Let's start from there. What do you do? Number one, don't sleep well. You bring it from 80 to 50. Before you know it, I know somebody right now, since I met the person, this is the 7th time the person is sick. 7th time. To God be the glory, I've not been sick once, but you're on 7 times. I don't understand. One thing that will keep your immune system down is sugar and processed food, because your immune system fights foreign food, processed food, like it is fighting bacteria. It doesn't understand it. So anytime you eat processed food, you're tasking your immune system. So you're now bringing it from 80 to 50. So now if you bring it from 80 to 50, why won't you be sick? Another thing that will bring you from 80 to 50 is chronic stress. We live in a stressful world. It's nearly impossible to avoid it. But if you just stay there, God forbid somebody died, it's very tough to get over the loss of a loved one. You know, it's very tough. I can't even, I mean, you know where I sit because of my work. It's either, oh, my mother died, your father, they will come and tell you, oh, my mom just died, my son died, it's very tough. But if you stay there, you will join them faster. That is just because they will never come back now. So since they are not coming back, it's either you join them because they will not come back. So I think we just find reasons and move on. Easier said than done. And I'm the only person that should not be talking about loss of loved one now, because to God be the glory. I still have my mom and my dad still alive and kicking. So it's like it's a tough place. I just pray for anybody who has had a low. But I don't qualify to talk. So that if you lose somebody, I just pray for you that God should do the consolation. Something happened just yesterday. Someone lost his son. It's like stuff like that. It's very depressing. But if you stay in that situation, you bring your immune system, this time not from 80 to 50, you bring it from 80 to like 30. Because the chronic stress, you're going to release cortisol, and this and inflammatory tissues, and there's vasoconstriction. There's a lot of things happening during chronic stress. So so you go from 80 to 30. Another way to go from 80 to 50 is don't move. If you don't exercise, your immune system is dropping. Okay. If any day you smoke or drink, you've come from 80 to 50. If you're really drunk, you can go to 0. So like that, okay? One thing I want to add, another thing I want to add, if you have bloating, constipation, pile, or any of such, automatically your immune system is like 50%. Sorry. So if you now add anything on top of that, then you're at 30%. Why did I say that? Out of 7 out of 10 things that God has put to control your entire immune health is between your mouth and your anus, is in your gut. So if you don't have a healthy gut, you've already cut it half already. So that is another thing. So if you don't eat right, you're already messing up your immune system. So now if you want to take your immune system from 80 to beyond 100 and be ready for invaders, sleep well. 7 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours. I believe I have a message about I cannot sleep very well somewhere. I need to deal with that. Balanced diet. You have to be very deliberate with your antioxidant. Any day that you did not say, this one is antioxidant, this one is an immune booster. Any day you did not have something like that, it must not be from a supplement, it can be a food, but no day should pass that you did not say, this one is an antioxidant, this one is I've done something. You should just try, because naturally what we have was supposed should have helped us, but the environment that we live now, you pass a gas station, you pass a smoky car, you someone annoys the hell out of you, etc. So these things you just have to just bring up your immune system. A lot of people, like 80% of everyone you see around, their immune system is already tasked. Then when your immune system is not there, you're going to get more, even your knee pain, your back pain, your waist pain, heaviness, headache, cannot sleep, this, that. Your immune system is not proper. So we have to do something about it. You want to take it from 80 to beyond 100, exercise every single day, minimum 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes of daily exercise. It does not mean you're in the gym for 30 minutes, but if you can move your body deliberately for about 30 minutes, tracks, you have done something. Stress management, meditation, prayer, laughter, deep breathing exercise, all of which will lower your cortisol. And then proper hydration. Water helps. Now, when you have pathogens, remember we started by saying pathogens. When you have pathogens in your body, if you use a lot of water, you can flush them out. You can be flushing. So water aids detoxification, and then it will help to transport the small antioxidants that is in your body to where it is needed to help fight invaders. So this is about war. This is war. This is war. Um, so I have about 2 more slides to go. So this is my best part, food. So it says times 70% of your immune system is in the gut. That one we all know. So therefore, diet plays a very big role in preventing problems. What kind of diet? We already know about vitamin C. You know where to get it from. Orange guava, vitamin C is in everything. Vitamin D. One of our clients did a test yesterday and was like, oh, I'm very healthy, I did that, but I'm just not getting my body. Everything checked right, but the vitamin D was 18. It means, in fact, it's not even insufficient, it's now in deficiency. So how is a person going to be okay? So if you have poor vitamin D, even if you have good gut health, your immune system is not complete. Ask yourself, what is your vitamin D number as you're on this platform and you're expecting your whole body to be okay? Only missing vitamin D And it does not mean you should go and blindly supplement, because vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin. If you have it in overdose, it's a toxin, it's a poison, it can kill. So let us not play with vitamin D. It's a simple test to check. Am I in deficiency? Am I in sufficiency? At least you can do that. Then zinc, as we know. So that is why if you have a cold or you just want to raise your immune system, remember during coronavirus, everybody took zinc. Then iron also, which you can get from spinach, ugu, and liver. Some people eat this breakfast called liver sauce. So if you do liver with green peppers, this 3-in-1 colorful pepper, onions, 3-in-1, and liver. But when you finish doing that liver, then you bring it down, then you now pour olive oil on it. You don't cook with the olive oil. It is such a powerful blood builder, immune booster type of food for people that eat meat. I started the lecture by saying that a client I knew about a year plus ago kept having vaginal infection for the rest of her life, and she would even bleed. And no antibiotics was working. So she came to us. The only thing I gave her was probiotics, apart from the colonics that we did. And to God be the glory. I met her not too long ago, about a month or so ago, and she said since she finished Dr. Physic treatment, she's not had the infection again. It was like her own type of miracle. So you can see what is probiotics. Probiotics is good bacteria. So it's a good bacteria that fights bad bacteria in your gut. I've already talked about antioxidant. So here are some other simple strategies. Wash your hands all the time. Just because okay, see now, even if you use dirty hand and put in your mouth, and you're not going to be sick that time, but you're tasking your immune system. Remember, your immune system is permanently at about 80%. Okay? I'm just making up a number so you get it. You did not wash your hand, you carry it and put it in your mouth. You've dropped it to what? 70%. So why won't you wash your hands? Use sanitizer, not only when there's corona, okay? There's something called respiratory hygiene. Cover when you're sneezing, okay? Drink water that is clean. Boil your meat thoroughly, cook it well. One of the mistakes a lot of houses make, the same chopping board and knife they use for their meat and fish, they use it for their salad. It is wrong. This microorganism, and then guess what? Some cook, I won't even say chef, that you have in your kitchen, when they finish washing meat, they wash that thing with just soap and cold water. They don't boil it in hot water to ensure that some microorganisms from the meat is gone. Then they'll use the same chopping board and do your salad. It's still tasking your immune system. Don't share your razor, toothbrush, etc. We talked about sleep hygiene and also stay home when you're ill, etc. So I got that one from the WHO website. Announcement. Outbreak. We live on Earth. Outbreak can come anytime. Human beings are very wicked. There are some people that, as we are talking right now, they have it plenty, different styles. They just want to see which one can finish somebody. And guess what? It's very easy to take this thing, infect a couple of places, and everybody, they are there. I will not tell you that it's not there, it's there. So then you should be outbreak ready at all times. The first way to be outbreak ready is to know that your immune system is always working. So it's at 80%. Bring it to 100%. Apart from that, detect unusual cluster, confirm with labs, isolate the person, communicate, and then go for long-term prevention. The right long-term prevention. I don't want to talk about that long-term prevention because personally, I did not do, or I don't like all this type of virus and corona vaccines because my mom took it and she passed out. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't want to talk about that one. All right. So prevention is everything, and that's it. So this is Dr. Physics lecture. So we always end by reminding the house. You can see that even in talking about raving your immune system. So before I go through this, the summary, what are you taking home from here? Just pretend that as you're walking around inside microorganisms. And these microorganisms can gain entry into your body through your eye. There's something called your eye becomes red or pus will be coming out. It can enter your body through your ear. They call it ear infection. Can enter through your mouth, can enter through your nose, can enter through your skin, can enter through your vagina, your penis, your wound. It can enter. If it enters, there's a defense mechanism. There's army, war, soldiers are waiting and they kill them. But how many soldiers do you have out of 100? If all your soldiers are occupied, anything that comes that overwhelms the number of soldiers you have, you're coming down. So you should have a full-time job of making sure that you raise your immune system. Okay? And we've talked about different ways, things that can bring your immune system down and things that can increase your immune system. So, guess what? Dr. Physics formula stuff, our longevity, healthy living tips. Rest will take your immune system, proper rest, from 80 to above 100. Energy, remember I said you wake up, you're tired, you're sleepy, you're not. It will also, good energy means your immune system is also up there. Oxygen, we said decreasing stress by deep breathing exercises will also help your immune system. We talked about water. Water will do two things. It will detox the toxins, number one. Number two, it will help transport antioxidants to where it is needed to fight infections. And then exercise will also chase away infections and detoxification, especially colonic hydrotherapy and for supplements. We talked about, okay, so as a bonus, for those of you that, okay, I have chronic infection, Dr. Susan, what should I do? Well, number one, as I always say, optimize the one we've talked about. Number two, make sure that whatever supplement you're taking, assuming you're going the supplement route, contains zinc, and those contains zinc, vitamin C. But the biggest thing I've said this night is even if you take all the supplement in the world, if your vitamin D like dog level, is not optimized, you will never have a complete immune system. And I asked the question, what is your vitamin D level? You don't even know. It affects bone health, it affects inflammation, it affects waist pain, knee pain, it affects the fact that you don't get a virus. Remember coronavirus, everybody was taking vitamin D. So why won't you fix your vitamin D problem? And I talked about that every single day of your life. Please, don't allow a day to pass without you saying, I did this for my immune system. Yes, God has put the innate immune system and everything in the body, but we also have a part to play. Finally, Just as I'm concluding, scent leaf is an antibiotic. It's very good immune booster, and if you have infection, especially GI tract related infections and everything, it's a natural antibiotic. So if you form a habit of taking the 2 teas that I give people that have infection, turmeric garlic tea. I know people don't like garlic before because it smells, but they say it also chases away bad demons. I don't know about that, but let's just say the bad demons are the diseases in the body. But turmeric is in, like, for night tea. Turmeric tea is the best tea for night tea because while you're sleeping, you're decreasing inflammation, you're fighting infections. Scent leaf tea is also good. Other things are good that you've used. We live in Nigeria. Hibiscus tea is also very good, not just for inflammation, it's an antioxidant, a little one at night. All these things I mentioned, they don't contain caffeine. Green tea for infection is better in the morning because it contains a little bit of caffeine. So those are for me, there are many other things that increase the immune system, but just easy things to grab. Those are the ones. So we talked about probiotics, vitamin D. I've told you about the teas. Make sure your colon health is correct. If you don't have good colon health, you don't have good vitamin D, forget about it. Okay. For people that have prostate issues, infection is part of your prostate health issue. It's just there. So anytime your PSA goes up, honestly, for some people, all we do is give them just antibiotics. The PSA will come down just on antibiotics. I'm not saying that that is a treatment for prostate. Please don't try it. It's just to show you that it's husband and wife. Okay. All right. So in conclusion, every hand wash, every healthy meal, every restful sleep, these are acts of prevention because staying healthy isn't luck. It's not just luck, it's actually wisdom. So thank you so much for your time. Here are my references. I hope it helped just to have an idea because this infection thing is too, it's everywhere. But I just said, let me just tell you a bit about infection. We can go deeper next time, but I wanted to give you the surface part of what infection is all about. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll take 1 or 2 questions, and then we can go from there. Thank you. A lot of people. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so you can actually unmute yourself, and then in case you have any question, we can take it from there. People are still sending birthday cakes. Okay, someone says, I hardly get 6 hours of sleep each night. What do I do? They say it's menopause, and I'm just 45. How true is that? Yes, menopause can kick in at 45. Some people even late 30s. Depends on your body. Some people start their period at 8, 9, and 8. So things happen in the body. For me, go-to for sleeping, I first start with ashwagandha and magnesium, and then melatonin. And then in the clinic, we have something that we make that works all the time called sleep deep tea. So the sleep deep tea is just that we put everything we know can knock you out, natural doses of it. So you can try that. And then maybe you should take a shower before you sleep with warm water. Some people take cold shower at night, it can keep them up. We have to try a couple of things. But yes, 45 menopause can kick in, etc. Happy birthday, Dr. Susan. Okay, please, doctor, this 7 to 8 hours sleep, shouldn't it be at a should it be at a straight? Yes, we want it to be at a straight, but if you cannot, you can break it down. Please, what are the natural sources of antioxidants? And how do we measure the vitamin D level in our body? So it's just a test. The only way to measure is a lab test. The natural antioxidants, some of them are very expensive, like blueberry, pomegranate, etc. But you can get it from orange. One orange has 100 milligrams of vitamin C. But if you drink it too much, then you're taking in too much sugar. So you can actually supplement. Green leaves have vitamin C. Moringa, everybody's running away from moringa. We have to bring moringa back. Moringa has loads of vitamin C. Hibiscus tea has loads of vitamin C. Green tea has loads of vitamin C. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Doctor, please, how safe is it to eat eggs for, it's very safe to eat eggs for vitamin D. And how many eggs are safe to eat daily? Me, I can take up to 4 egg whites in a day because I don't even do the yolk. One egg has 6 grams of protein. One. 4 eggs gives you 24 grams of protein. Nobody on earth needs to be on less than 80 to 100 grams of protein a day, averagely. The yolk has some vitamin D. So we prefer vitamin D from sunlight. And for now, supplementation, but I think we should just check your levels first. Because I had a husband and wife come to the clinic, and the wife is like, I don't want injection. Okay, fine. So we gave her vitamin D. She took vitamin D for 1 year, every day. The following year, the husband's level, they had the same level of vitamin D almost. The husband's own, who took only 2 shots, one this one the other one, was normalized. The wife was still at deficiency. So I don't understand what is happening. Why I'm saying that is that even if you decide to supplement by tablet, you should still check to see if it is working. But I'll tell you for the last time, if your vitamin D level in your body is not optimal, take all the vitamin C. Your immune system is still less than 60%. Can someone take antibiotics and supplement at the same time? Yes, you can take antibiotics. It's only anti-malaria that people don't like taking together. So you can take antibiotics and supplement together. But remember that antibiotics, if you take it, you must take probiotics because the antibiotics, it kills both the good and the bad bacteria. So over antibiotics is very, 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 very bad for your health. Thank you so much, Dr. Ma. Please, what's your opinion about magnesium? Magnesium is very good. It's good to relax you to sleep. I think we should sometimes supplement on magnesium. So magnesium is okay. So that's my opinion on magnesium. I'll stop sharing my screen. So that's my little bit. I mean, I just feel like, since we are just learning everything small, little by little, we should just have an idea. What is infection? Why infection? Just to know. It's not, it's not, like I said, it's not a microbiology class, but from now on, I think what will make me the happiest person in the whole world is if you didn't get your body right, you will deliberately do maybe a scent leaf tea, maybe hibiscus tea, maybe ginger and garlic, maybe get a zinc, maybe quickly see a doctor, but don't wait. That is one. Then, if you form this habit, at least you know the things that will bring your immune system from 80 to 50 versus bring it from 80 to 100. And the last thing I will say is that should coronavirus come back or something similar, if it didn't meet you at above 80 immune system, it's gonna be very tough for you to survive, except God is not really done with you yet. So that is that. If you have like vaginal infection for women, you can throw away all your pants and buy a new one, or you can cook your pants. Because sometimes you have colored pants, you wash it with soap, you dry it on the same rag. This bacteria is everywhere. So you can cook your pant, cook it, put it in your pant pot. I don't know whether there's any such thing. Cook it very well, or put bleach. If it's, you're wearing white pants, like some people love white pants, it's easy to put a bleach. But there's something called reinfection. So reinfection is there. Then there's some infection that they just hide somewhere in your body, just waiting for your immune system to calm down, and then it will resurface. So these are, small tricks that I want you to know about infection. So that is that. I don't think there's any other question. Oh no. Yeah. So as usual, I always pray for you. I believe in my heart that God answers my prayers. I pray that because we've done this lecture, you will not run into any infection that your body cannot handle. And then if you eat raw food a day, the infections will go. I also pray that any small thing that you do, God will put hand for you and keep you well, and so that you can navigate this earth very, very well. So thank you so much for your time. Have a good night, and God bless you. All right,
Thank you,
take
Dr.
care.
Suzanne.
All right, take care. Okay, bye
Yeah.
bye. And happy birthday.